to Jake responding to my take that I just liked how Oliver Hoare runs these 1500s. He just goes out hard from the gun and makes people make decisions. And he says, yes, running as fast as you can for the race distance is in fact the best way to have a chance to win. Who knew? I'm sorry if that sounds pretentious or out of line, but I've just never understood why all the pros and collegians just sit and kick every race. What's the point of being in 335, 1500 meter shape if you only run 350? Everyone seems to think they have the best kick. Only one person does, in fact, have the best kick. That's a great point, Jake, but you're forgetting one thing, which is if you are running the mile, you think you are that one person. Yeah. That's the rule.
Yeah, it's proven.
Otherwise, you would not be
a time-honored tradition. Yeah, it's a time-honored tradition. That's absolutely the case. I have 2 busted knees and am slower than dirt, and I think I have a good kick. So, I mean, it's just it's the way it is. Everyone thinks they have the best kick. It's defied logic for generations. Also, it's a little bit easier to jog and then sprint than it is to run hard the entire race. So there's that. And also it's just, we've also for generations watched Olympic level races, Diamond League race, not Diamond League as much obviously, but championship, big races are tactical. That's just the way, that's what we've done forever in track and field. So that's the way until, and maybe track and field gets more, individualized for strategy. And if we use the A word and some genius comes out and says, actually per athlete, this is their best strategy and can break it down and be like, hey, for Jakob Ingebrigtsen, the strategy should be for him to take the Olympic final from the gun because that gives him his best shot. And I can prove that analytically. Obviously, that doesn't scale down to the college level, but I think track and field is in need of kind of I know this is corny and probably won't happen, but like an analytical revolution for people to take to be like, no, actually it's only to prove it's only for these few individuals where a tactical race is the best strategy. For the rest of the people, it's a really bad idea. And so this is what you should do. Until that's able to be proven or something like that, people are just going to run tactically because it's easier to do and everyone thinks they have the best kick.
Did you just become the Billy Bean of the 1500?
I think so. I'm trying to moneyball track and field from the tennis court over here.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think that's a future job for you. I don't know if you're looking for jobs still or what you're doing in terms of your
smart track.
Situation.
Track for all the tech and spikes is kind of in the dark ages when it comes to strategy. I think maybe coaches aren't
interesting,
but as far as track. There needs to be coaches that put buzzers on their athletes in training. When you spread out into lane 2, you get like shocked or something, like shock collar treatment. Maybe a little unethical, but it's going to train athletes to be better tactically. Yeah. Anyways, go ahead.
Here's the thing too. You have all these races with rabbits in them for the highest level athletes, which just incentivizes athletes just slow and not to lead. And yes, that's different because they're going harder from the gun, but they're not getting the practice of developing their own race plan. You could say, well, that's the case in the 5,000 and 10,000. And say, well, yeah. And that's an issue as well, too, that we see. It hasn't always been like that. And I don't think it will always be like that. You and I were just at a world championship where the best athletes really took on the pace. But I think you're absolutely right. Individual athletes really need to look long and hard at what their best strategy is. And maybe you go into a final and your thing is, well, my odds, I have the chart, right? My odds of 12th, my odds of finishing last are higher than my odds of finishing first. But here are my odds but I do have a chance, 50%, likelihood of finishing either 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Okay, well, what's my best plan to get 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th?
Right.
Okay, it's running of splits. I don't know. I think it'd be interesting. Yeah. I don't know how you do it, but it's a fascinating topic.
The problem is you're screwed when the best guy also takes it out hard. That's like in Timothy Chariot, or on the women's side, Sifana San. That's when you're screwed,
Right.
and that makes it the most fun. But if it's tactical, I don't know. It's for most people, the strategy should not be to just wait and sit and kick. I don't know. At least throw in some surges, not Alan Webb level 2007 World Championship surges. We don't need anybody going that crazy, but
maybe people
overlearned following the pack.
Maybe people overlearned that lesson. Okay, we're gonna skip ahead.